Holy night. What's up, boxing fans? So, today we've got what? We've got December 15, 2019. The calendar says it's just 10 days before Christmas, huh? And I've scheduled March 16, 2019. A terrific fight is coming between Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence. Guess for what? For food? No. It's for IBF. Errol Spence, IBF, welterweight title in welterweight division. Yeah. Mike Garcia, he is the guy. He is jumping 2 over the 1. He was a lightweight, champion. He had how many? 2 belts, and he renounced them because he says he doesn't want to fight anymore little guys. And even before fighting for his lightweight IBF belt, before fighting Easter Jr., he challenged Errol Spence, the guy. And I just looked up quite a few fans, and I don't want to. Yeah, a few experts as well, and all predicting that Mike is gonna suffer consequences for his brazen attempt to challenge such a huge guy. They say Mike has no chance, he's a little guy. They say he's a good guy, but usually, and Errol Spence is a good guy too, but usually between 2 good guys, the smaller guy loses. I don't know about that. Let's see, let's dig a little deeper. So, who is who? First of all, Errol Spence. I looked him up. He's a terrific guy. He originally from Brooklyn, New York. He lives in Texas, so he's a NewYorkovite / Texan. Kind of funny guy. He speaks with this nice tiny accent. How you'll do, I always loved New York and Texas as well. I dreamt to go to Texas after I retire and find a big Southern lady who would teach me speak Southern twang so we can go and hunt hogs together. I guess Errol, he's in charge in Texas. Anyway, and he looks intelligent, very polite guy, and he looks like he's really spiritual too. I think he's probably secretly he's composing poems. He speaks so nice, so sweet language. But in the ring, he's a beast. He has a terrific, good aggression, good high fighting spirit, and he has a terrific little punch. He has 24, how many? 24, yeah, I believe 24 fights, and 21 of them he finished by KO. He did it. But let's see, he started in 2012, yeah, 24 fights, I was right, 21 by KO and 3 by decision. But let's look in his dossier who he KO'd. He KO'd mostly guys who I have no clue who they are. They are probably mostly taxi drivers or maybe longshoremen, maybe fighting part-time in boxing, huh? I see the only 2 good guys, 2 good names, real names, Kelly Brooks and Lamont Peterson. So I would tell that probably too that Spence won his IBF welterweight from Kelly Brook in 2017, just last year, and it was a good fight. Brook, he gave Spence a very good fight, very technical fight, very powerful fight, and it was still equivocal who would win if it goes distance, but in the 11th round, I think Spence won a lottery. He hit Brook exactly in the same eye socket. That's where Golovkin destroyed him back a couple of years ago. And after fighting Golovkin, right after the fight, I remember that interview, Brook says, I see 3 Golovkins jumping in front of me. I don't know what's going on. So obviously Golovkin broke his orbital this bone, and it was anatomically, you know, kind of you know, this position, so his vision was suffering. And I saw that after fighting so well in 11th round, after receiving 2 punches, big punches right here in the socket, he suddenly went down. I mean, he wasn't knocked down, but he suddenly, just like a garden, you know, garden hose, go, no more pressure. That's what happened to Kelly Brook. He just says no more. So I think in that fight, Spence won a lottery. Yeah, he got a good shot. But then he defended his IBF against Lamont Peterson, and I saw this fight. It lasted for 7 rounds, and I must tell you that for all 7 rounds, Peterson fought incorrect fight against the lefty. He would stand right in front of him trading, and it's totally unproductive to stand in front of a little puncher, and Peterson has some punch, but not really good punch. So it was not wise on his side. Plus, he didn't do any lateral motions. He was standing right in front of him and moving back and forth only, right in the line of fire. So it was an easy job for Spence. And in the 7th round, it lasted 7th round, and then Peterson obviously understood that he had any chances in that fight, so he says no more, no mas. And then it was it. And one more fight, it was one more defense Spence did against Ocampo, a Mexican fella, Ocampo, whom he knocked out by a good, I saw the punch, good left punch to the liver, and it was at the end of the 1st round. And basically Ocampo, he's another journeyman, another taxi driver, maybe strawberry picker, who knows, but obviously he is not a good fighter. So out of all his 24 victories, I would give him real credit, only victories over Lamont Peterson and Kelly Brook. That's it. So I assume if you go for Mike now to look into his career, Mike has a huge, pretty successful amateur career, and out of 39 fights in a professional ring, he won all of them, and 30 by KO, only 9 by decision. So he's a hell of a fighter too, even though he's a small guy. But by the way, Mike, today, December 15, is a birthday for Mike. He was born in 1987, so it makes him 31-year-old today. So happy birthday to Mike Garcia. And I followed him. I saw the way he said he doesn't want to fight any more little guys because it's beneath his dignity to fight. He wanted a real challenge. That's why he challenged a big guy. When they stood next to each other, Errol Spence, about 4 or 5 or 6 maybe inches taller than Mike, about half a head is taller. Mike's eyes are staring right into his chin, right there. That's how they stood against each other. And they behaved very nicely, no joking, nothing like Fury against Dante. And I looked up all the boxing experts say Mike has no chance. But let me see who Mike fought. Mike fought quite a few good guys, even a small guy, but very good guys. And the last guy he fought was Robert Easter. He has the same height. He is 5'11", which makes him 180 centimeters tall. It's the same height as Errol Spence. Yeah, the same height. So he's not a small guy, and he beat him around. He dropped him couple times before he got a good victory, fighting basically one way against Robert Easter last time. So I don't believe Mike would have any problem as far as reach goes, even though he's a little short guy. He's 5'6". But what's good that Mike his both parents are from Mexico, so he's nothing else. He's a descendant of great Azteca warriors. And who knows who Azteca warriors were? They were a hell of fighters. So they have four variations of in a paganistic religion. They had four versions of paradise, and the most privileged paradise, number one, goes only warriors who are killed in the battle. So since the young age, kids were streaming, lining up to go to fight just to get killed. So they can go to paradise, to the most privileged paradise. So I thought to myself when Mike first challenged Errol Spence that I thought that's what exactly he did. He wants to go to paradise. But hey, I don't believe he'll go to paradise this time, because I do believe I give Mike privilege or predominance in this fight. He fought a very good crafty lefty from Puerto Rico, Juanma Lopez, and he was playing with him like a cat playing with the mice. He was doing good job and he was playing all over. I think he knows very well how to fight a lefty, and now in this case the height difference has no meaning basically for him, because he knows how to employ his short stature in his favor. He has a better skill, that's for sure, better skill set than more wide range arsenal in his weaponry. He can throw all kinds of punches. As far as Spence, he's dangerous only with his straight left overhand, and occasionally he throws good left hook, like which he did against this journeyman Ocampo last time, hitting him to the liver. Sure, if he wants to beat Mike, he should go both ways. Start with the head, go then liver, and then finish up Mike to the head. But I do doubt that Mike will allow him to land his big punch. You know, one thing, you have a punch, you have to have a target. And the target is stationary, like those old 23 or 22 guys at least among his opponents. Then it's easy to knock out if someone stands in front of you like Peterson did, right? Mike Garcia, he's not that stupid. He won't be standing in front of him. I'm pretty sure of it. So I don't believe Mike Garcia is a good target for Errol Spence's punches. So for him to beat Mike Garcia, it's almost like to win a lottery. I think he has no more than 40, maybe 30% of chances to win, and only half of them by KO. Only if Mike is, you know, looking some different side, then he might knock him out. Otherwise, if it's decision, for 15%, only in case if it's going to be fixed. If the fight is going to be fixed and they want to make us fools, and then make it like you know, in favor of Errol by decision, or like you know, a draw, to fool us to buy another set of tickets for a rematch, then it's possible. But otherwise, I would give Mikey Garcia about between 60 to 70% chances to win. Yes, I give Mikey Garcia more chances to win, up to 70%. And what he has to do in order to really win from Errol Spence. I looked up, Errol Spence never, not a single time, he threw a punch when he was moving backward. So I think that's it from here. Number one, Mikey Garcia. Of course, number one, he has to move to his left in order to avoid to go outside, away from outside Errol Spence's front hand, which is right jab, right, and to move away from his dangerous punch, to dissipate, to remove the power from Errol Spence's dangerous left straight. If he moves to his left all the time, I mean to his own left, Mike, then he can avoid being punched, to being hit hard. One. Second, he has to counter with his own right to deliver of Errol Spence, because any lefty stands with his right side ahead, forward, which means his liver is just like inviting you, hit me, hit me, hit me. And with his short hands, Mikey Garcia will be right in a position to connect, to counter to Errol Spence's liver every time Errol Spence throws out his long-range jab. So Mike has to go under and throw his punches, no matter left or right, under his opponent's jab, right under. It's very easy to dip below and hit liver. Once you hit liver, go to the head, finish a bump. And Mike, even though he's not too athletic, but he has a pop and he can knock people out. I'm pretty sure if he connects Errol Spence easy, he can do that, then good, then he can knock him out as well. But I do believe it's going to be out of 70% probably of his chances to win, probably up to 50% or even 60 by decision. Mike should win, and 10% I still give him out of those 70 to win by KO, which is the possibility. Second thing Mike has to do, number one, to put pressure when he does do lateral motions, and then counter with his own right hand, and then goes left hand, and then push Errol Spence back. If Errol Spence will be pushed backward, he's not dangerous anymore because he cannot throw punches, particularly his power punch. And at that time, Mike Garcia, with his fast hands, he has a chance to throw his punches and maybe even knock him out. In any way, he can do those attacks very successfully, and he can succeed. I'm pretty much sure. I'm giving him Mike up to 70% chances in this fight to win. So Errol Spence's chances is somewhere between 40 and 30%. Most likely it's down to 30%. So tell me if I'm wrong and what I'm wrong. So two things Mike has to do: put pressure and make Errol Spence move backward. It's easy to achieve if you go left and right and initiate your attack under the angular, under the diagonal, and counter and go to the sides and push him. And when Spencer goes back, he cannot throw punches. He cannot hit hard, at least. That's for sure, he cannot hit hard. I never saw him hitting hard when he's moving backward. So if Mike does that, al Chile, I'm sure he will win. So, and if he does win, if Errol Spence wins, then no big deal. They say, yeah, he beat up little guy. Though Mike is very, very decent opponent. But anyway, if Spence wins, then he should go and challenge Terence Crawford. I want to see that fight. Yeah. But if Mike wins, it's going to be huge event. It's going to be, if he manages to pull the upset, it's going to be a fight very, by its importance for history of boxing, very much like Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Even though Errol Spence not Sugar Ray Leonard, but still he is pretty good. He is a champ. He is a decent IBF champ. He won his IBF belt honestly in a good fight. And if Mike pulls upset, then I would say that this fight would be very close. Not exactly, but close to what we had, Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. And we, crazy boxing fans, us, we the people, will be talking about this fight between Mikey and, unless it is fixed, of course. If it's, I hope it is not. I hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed. That's not fixed, and they will fight for real and honestly. Then there's gonna be a hell of a fight, and it will go into history for a long time, and we'll be talking about them fighting this fight. Maybe even our children, our great-grandchildren will be talking about this fight if these guys do a good job in the ring. So for this time, I will say, let the best man wins. Yeah, the best man. We'll see who's the best. I think it's Mike, but if Errol Spence does it, then he's the one. And see what happens. So don't get sick, let's watch that fight. Don't blink, guys. Cheers, and whole Merry Christmas to everybody. Yes.